Hey everybody, it's 8:30. Welcome to Cocktails in the War Room. I'm Mistress Carrie and welcome to my war room. Every night at 8:30 we get together because, well, what the hell else is there to do? And we need a support group and we need a place where we can be ourselves and we can complain about shit that needs to be complained about and we can laugh at the things that need to be laughed about. And there is a lot of both of those things to do. So what's going on, Scott? Hey, Monica. So every night at 8:30, as we've been doing for the past 54 nights, tonight is number 55, we get together here in the War Room to hang out and go over the day and I guess just give each other a attaboy, good game, pat in the ass and congratulate each other for making it through another crazy day on this freaking planet. 2020 can just eat a giant D. God. A big one. Too big. The first thing is we might get friggin' snow tomorrow. Not a lot, maybe an inch, but just in case anyone's wondering, it's May. Just in case anyone was curious what month it was, but May of 2020, anything's possible. We could have locusts, we could have murder hornets, it could be anything. We could get snow and then a tornado and an earthquake and then a giant chasm just opens up in the ground and swallows us all. None of it would surprise me at this point. Hey, Tim. What's going on, Ricky? Hey, Stu. Santa Bob. What's going on, Marcy? Hey, Ash. So, we're not going to get that much snow, but I'm glad that I waited before I started putting veggies in my garden because that would have pissed me off, seeing my tomato plants covered in snow. So how are you guys doing today? I got a little bit of sleep last night. The last couple nights has been pretty good about sleeping, which has been a nice change. Alyssa says, I know, I heard. That's some bullshit. Talking about the snow. Exactly. I need a cocktail. Yes, the copper mug is back. Scott says global warming, LOL. You know that's not how global warming works, right, Scott? Don't make me bust out some science. Stu says no snow in Miami. I just had an itch right here, Stu. Sorry, my nose was itchy. The word snow does not belong in the month of May, says Melissa. Yeah. Tim says, murder hornets, oh my God, it's like Jumanji game gone wrong. Seriously, don't you feel that way? And if it's going to be a Jumanji game gone wrong, the least 2020 could do is drop the Rock's hot, sexy ass in my war room. At least to try and take my mind off of how terrible things have been. Sleep rock, says Nancy. Seriously. Kathleen says May of 2002, 4 inches of snow on May 17th. I remember. And it sucked. Did you polish off the Fernandez sangria? Yes, I did. And it was delicious. Probably how I got some sleep last night. No limoncello tonight, Nancy. I'm going back to the old standby, the drink that never lets me down, my Moscow Mule and my awesome copper mug. Eric says, now you're making my face itch. I know. I'm not supposed to be touching the face. The face-touching police. They'll send the Secret Service in here to kick my door down and wrestle me and put me in one of those Guantanamo prisons for face touching right now. Has it become a felony yet, or are we still just talking about it? Melissa says exactly right. 2020 sucks ass. Love snow, hate drinking, and skydiving sucks. Really, Ben? I know you're being facetious. Wednesday, come here and say hi to everybody. I got your stingray. She's been quiet the last couple nights. I brought something else in here that I thought might get her in here. I brought Tito's for her. I thought maybe some vodka. Ooh, I just hit myself in the head. Tito's is very dog friendly. They're not paying me for this mention or advertising, but they make squeaky dog toys that look like vodka bottles, so of course she had to have one. Do you want some Tito's? Want to come up and get it? Or do you want this? Here she comes. Come on, get up here. It's like I can't even look at her. I can't acknowledge her because that'll make her go away. It's like, don't look directly at her. Come here. Don't be a whiny baby. Just come up here and hang out. Come on. Come on. She's right over there on the other side of the coffee table. She's just kind of looking at me. I think she's afraid of the balloon, which, by the way, is still over there. Hi, baby girl. Do you want this? Do you want this? Sorry if I'm making all of your dogs go crazy. But the Stingray usually works, and if the Stingray doesn't work, Tito's works. What are you doing? Come on, get up here. I'm not baiting you and like, you're not gonna end up in a cone. Just get up here. She's looking at me like she's suspicious. Like I got, oop, my dog just woke up, somebody says. I apologize. No, Zero's not here right now. I know. I'm very sad. Everybody's texting me that one of my favorite places on earth, Jumptown out in Orange, where I go skydiving, is closed down. Do you want to come up? Stop teasing everybody. They can hear you, you know. They can hear you. Just come up and say hi to everyone. Come here. Come here. Tell everybody how you've been snuggling with me at night the last couple nights. I've been letting her sleep in the big bed. Big deal. Come on. She wants to play tug of war right now, but I'm going to try and sneak her up on the couch. She's just not having it. I have a bunch of stuff that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and Wednesday's just totally derailing the whole show. Like she did every time she came up into the studio. Be like, oh, I meant to do this, but I guess I can't because the dog is here. Drea says Tito's is a really good way to get me in the room, too. Cheers to that. Exactly. Kathy says Paisley is whining over the squeaky dog toy. Jen says, Carrie, Yoda is scratching my phone to that toy. I'm sorry. Everybody's dogs are freaking out. Wednesday, you're upsetting everyone's dogs. Come here. I got her. Come here and say hi to everybody. They just want to say hi for a second. Say hi. What are you doing? I just wanted everybody to be able to say hi to you. Can I rub your belly? Here, let me rub your belly for a minute. There you go. See? There you go. Was that so hard? Huh? Sorry. Sometimes you get derailed by the snorting pug. Are you making pug noises? I'm totally convinced that some of the movie like Aliens and Godzilla stuff is just recorded pugs, that they manipulate the audio to make them sound like animals, like giant sci-fi animals. There she goes with the friggin' pillows. Here we go. Go get it. There she goes. Okay, so first order of business. Huge announcement about Bill and Ted. So the third Bill and Ted movie is coming out this summer. No idea if it's actually going to hit theaters or if it's just going to go straight to your on demand or whatever. But they are now accepting video submissions of Bill and Ted fans. This is what they're looking for. 30-second videos of you doing your best air guitar moves, and they need you to go online by May 20th and submit your Bill and Ted air guitar moves. And the website is partyonwithbillandted.com. When I found out, because you know how much I love Keanu Reeves, when I found out that they were making this third Bill and Ted movie, I sent a message to the official Twitter account saying, like, come on, Bill and Ted are supposed to... So the premise of the movie, just in case you didn't know they made another movie, is that the Bill and Ted movies originally, the Wild Stallions, saved the world by writing the perfect rock song, basically. And so the third movie, I'm not giving away any spoilers, this is how they're describing it, is that Bill and Ted are now like middle-aged and dads, and they have not written the perfect rock song yet, so they have not yet saved the world. And now they're under pressure to have to write the perfect rock song, or the world, you know, dies or goes to hell or whatever the hell it's supposed to be. So Oh, somebody just ran in here with her cocktail, her birthday present, cocktail from the cocktail in the war room, as you can hear. Do you want, see? She just brought it in for me. Do you want to get it? Go get it. So I'll give you the website one more time, partyonwithbillandted.com. If you want to do a 30-second video, maybe you could do it with the kids. Tell them to turn off TikTok for 5 seconds and make a cool video of you guys playing air guitar or something and send it in, and maybe you'll end up in the new Bill and Ted movie. Wild Stallions! Exactly. They make shirts for the Wild Stallions, and I totally need a Wild Stallions shirt for my rock collection, which, by the way, I busted out Korn tonight because there's an amazing video that I put up on my Facebook page that is from a couple years ago, and it's Slipknot and Korn covering the Beastie Boys' Sabotage, and it's awesome. And it made me really miss concerts. So you can go and watch it. It's really, really good. Corey Taylor rapping the Beastie Boys, and it's just so heavy seeing those bands on stage together. I believe that they did it while they were on tour in London, and the crowd was just bouncing up and down. It's just awesome. Speaking of why the hell can't I go to concerts, damn it, Live Nation is looking into possible concert guidelines to try and figure out how they could have some shows. It's probably going to be at 20% capacity. Can you imagine going to a show at like the Boston Garden and having like 2,500 people there scattered throughout the arena? So weird. Now, one of the other things that there are theories online is them building like concert igloos. They're like outdoor, like greenhouses, like the glass little houses, probably made out of some kind of plexi or whatever, but they would sell tickets for these little private igloos, like heavy metal igloos, and you would have between 2 and 12 people in there, and then you would be contained, and then you'd have a bunch of igloos so that everyone would have their own little germ ecosystem at the show. I want to know what it's like for the band. So you sell out the Boston Garden because only like 2,000 people can go. And then they're in igloos, so when they're trying to cheer, you can't even hear them. Is that not weird? It's weird, right? I'm not just the only one that thinks it's friggin' weird. Although, if you were going to have like, 20% capacity, then there could be bands that could normally never sell out a giant arena like that, but could maybe sell out like the House of Blues, and then you'd have to put them in the garden for the space stuff. Not the Space Force, but like the space square footage. Speaking of the Space Force, not only is the show on Netflix out, the Steve Carell show that starts at the end of the month, but there's actually a real Space Force recruiting video. And it's so weird. It seems like a commercial you would see in a movie, because it just doesn't seem real that we actually have commercials that are trying to encourage people to join the Space Force. If you haven't seen it yet, you can Google it and watch it online. It's really, really weird to watch a serious commercial. Like, you keep waiting for like something funny to happen. Like it's in a movie and someone farts and everyone laughs, but it's a legitimate Space Force commercial, and we're living in strange times. As far as things getting canceled around here, the coronavirus screwed with the wrong people. They had to cancel the Feast of St. Anthony in the North End. Corona's getting ready to sleep with the fishes. They're also talking about canceling large events in the city until at least September. So if you have tickets to a show this summer, if they haven't officially canceled it yet, I'd hold on to the tickets, obviously, but there's no guarantee that they're going to happen because the Feast of St. Anthony's already been canceled. So, and remember last night we were joking about changing all of our names to match Elon Musk's son's name, because it was like XAE X71 or blah, blah, blah. Well, according to the Constitution in California, because obviously there's the Constitution, and then there's all of the state constitutions. And according to the state constitution in California, you cannot name yourself or a child anything that isn't made up of the 26 letters of the alphabet. And so that AE symbol, like Anima from Tool, is not one of the 26 letters, so I don't believe that the baby's name is legal, and nobody's really said, leave the gun, take the cannoli, says Eric. Nobody really knows how to pronounce his kid's name, but now it doesn't look like that name is what's on the birth certificate because it's not legal. So it's kind of weird. We still don't know what that's called, by the way. Did anybody ever find out? Eric says SE-XY/1. Really? Just in case you thought 2020 couldn't get any weirder, I mean, let's just go through the list again, just as a refresher. The Black Crowes reunited. Neil Peart from Rush died. WAF went off the air. They canceled St. Patrick's Day in Boston. Tom Brady and Gronk are now in Tampa Bay. Mookie Betts is in LA with David Price. Opening day got canceled. The marathon's postponed. I mean, there's murder hornets. What did I miss? There's a lot of shit. Anyway, Axl Rose is now in a Twitter battle with Steve Mnuchin. 2020 is so fucked up. So they're in a Twitter battle because Axl called Steve Mnuchin an asshole on Twitter for encouraging people to basically violate all of the social distancing stuff and whatever. So then Mnuchin tweeted back, "What have you done for the country lately?" And trying to be all patriotic, he put the American flag emoji after it. Except Steve Mnuchin didn't realize that he put the flag for Liberia and not the United States. To which Axl responded back something like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that we were trying to replicate the economy of Liberia." And now they're in a Twitter war back and forth. Can I just say that if you're going to work for the government, can you just please know the difference between the United States flag and the Liberian flag? I know that the stripes look the same, but the number of stars is vastly different. Okay, thank you. It's just the most random friggin' thing ever on the planet that Steve Mnuchin and Axl Rose are getting into a Twitter war. Massachusetts says that the golf courses are opening up immediately. So thank God golf is back. I know I'm a cynical bitch, but I could give two fucks about golf. Now we're going to really find out how much you love golfers everywhere that are all celebrating, because there's no 19th hole, there's no refreshments, there's no putting green, there's no driving range, and there's no golf carts, and there's no caddies. But you and 3 of your friends can carry your own shit and get out on the golf course in 15-minute intervals and go out and hit 18 if you want. Does that mean that Mike Schuh's Frisbee golf courses are legally open again? Because if not, well, that's discrimination against Frisbee golf. Mike, I got your back. But yeah, with all of the important things going on in the world, don't worry, Massachusetts, you can go golfing now. Enjoy. Whatever. There are Massachusetts dairy farmers that donated 8,000 gallons of milk that they distributed today at Boston College, which I thought was amazing. You know, the fact that people are being so generous and donating so much food and so many supplies for people in need is pretty amazing. And they had lines of cars. People were allowed to take 2 gallons of milk per car, and it was while supplies lasted. And, you know, just these different ways, especially the farmers, that are just being so generous. And, you know, there's so many people that are having such a hard time. There are 3.2 million new unemployment claims in the last week. And now 1 in 4 Massachusetts workers is on unemployment. And there are a lot of people that have never been on unemployment before. You know, I've never been unemployed in my whole life. This is the first time in my entire life that I've ever been laid off. So I understand what it's like to, you feel guilty, even though I've been paying into the system for decades, but you feel guilty about like, hey, you know, what am I supposed to do? And there are so many families, like maybe both of the parents are unemployed, or there's a single mom and she's not working. And so to have all of these food programs, I know the Greater Boston Food Bank and their whole network has been taking care of people. And there are so many people that are seeking food assistance that have never needed it before. So to anybody that's made donations to any of the food pantries or the food bank, or anyone that's contributing in any way because you have the means, there are so many people that have never ever been in these situations before. And so any help that you can give. Somebody just said there's no milk in any of the stores. Did they have a surplus? Eric, I was at the store yesterday. I had to go to the store the first time in weeks, and I followed the arrows and had my mask on and everything. And there was plenty of milk at the supermarket where I was. So I think it depends on the time of day and the day of the week that you go. I think the further out into the suburbs you go, I think you may have a better chance, just because the population is so high in the city that maybe you're not finding what you're looking for. But the only thing that I went looking for at the supermarket that I couldn't find yesterday was flour. Other than that, I could pretty much find everything that I needed. So I even told the people at the supermarket that I thought they were doing an amazing job, that that I found literally almost everything. The only thing I couldn't find was flour out of everything that I went looking for. I heard that there was no butter, but there was butter when I went. There was milk, there were eggs, like all of the things that you would think would be the staples they were running short of. They weren't. Just flour. That was the only thing. They even had beef. They had ground beef. They had chicken. They had steak tips. Like maybe I just caught them at the right time, but I know that it's a little bit weird. And Billy's saying that 2 more Walmarts closed because there are more cases of positive coronavirus tests as well. So Scott says, I buy milk local, best ever. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that if you find a local butcher shop or a local farm that sells their own meat from their own animals, you're going to get better stuff than you would find someplace else. You just might not know these places are around because you never needed to go looking for them. Keith says, I found TP today. They even had paper towels at the supermarket when I went yesterday. There's plenty of stuff that you can find. You might go looking for one specific thing like flour that you might not be able to find. And otherwise, I had pretty good luck yesterday. I was actually really impressed. They released the NFL schedule. I'm not going to run down the entire Patriots schedule, but I'll give you till the bye week. Home opener, September 13th versus Miami. The next week, Pats, Seahawks in Seattle on September 20th. And then the Raiders come to Foxborough on the 27th of September. And then the Pats are headed to Kansas City on October 4th. And then week 5, October 11th, the Broncos are headed to Foxborough. And then we are a week 6 bye week this week. And that is provided that football goes off without a hitch. We'll see what happens with all of that. And the NBA can start practicing in the practice facilities, I believe, tomorrow. So I don't know what that means for Boston, but a lot of the league is allowing them to go into closed practices at the practice facilities. So Rick says, good luck finding Lysol. I saw some at the gas station the other day when I stopped. So you can look. Dave says, who cares? Look, I try to cover everything here in the War Room. I want to give you guys some real news, some sports stuff, some crazy shit. I'm just trying to keep it interesting, trying to keep it light sometimes. Dave says, it's my birthday. All right, Dave. Well, there you go. Happy birthday to Dave. Dave shares it with Phil Campbell from Motorhead and Matt from the Arctic Monkeys. So happy birthday to everybody celebrating birthdays. That's a good idea. Who told me to? Marcy said, try convenience stores for flour. There you go. Elsa asks how my garden's doing. The garden's doing okay. The peas are like this tall. The spinach is like this tall. And they're going to be covered with snow tomorrow. Fuck. I know. It's ridiculous. Ash says Shaw Farm in Dracut has milk, ice cream, and a bunch of other stuff too. So it's a perfect time to really boost our local farmers. That, you might pay a little bit more money, but right now we should be doing everything that we can to help all the local farmers and the local food producers. The big, huge stores and the big food companies are not having a hard time right now. They are making tons of money. But the local stores, the boutique places, the local bakeries, the local dairy farms, the local farm stands to get vegetables, if you can go to places like that and get food, you are going to have a direct impact in your local community. So do that as much as you can. David said, you're doing an amazing job, Carrie. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I try to go through the list of all the different things that I could talk about in a night and keep it interesting for you guys. Melissa says convenience stores have almost everything, but you'll pay through the nose, but you'll get what you're looking for. Eric says 2020 is a dumpster fire. How's Jabba the Mulch? Well, Jabba the Mulch is good. I've been taking the mulch off the other side of the pile. So far, the mulch face is still there. But we'll see after we possibly get an inch of snow tomorrow if Jabba's face gets all weird. Jay says, thank God Colorado has so many local breweries. Navigation Brewery in Lowell is open. Yet Wachusett has been open and they've been making deliveries and, you know, now is the time to really seek out local places. And I know that it can be, speaking of dumpster fires, it can be a total dumpster fire to go on the official Facebook page of your city or town because it's just small town politic, like bitchin'. But a lot of those city and town Facebook pages are doing a really good job of kind of letting people know where you can go locally to get the things that you need. And so I would check out your local town Facebook page too if you're looking for suggestions. Will says, limoncello nights are the best, great stories. Not limoncello tonight, Moscow Mule tonight. I'm taking it easy. Mark says, shout out to Randy Jordan in Rutland, Mass, a dairy farmer who is giving away milk. See? It's amazing. It's awesome. And someone said, the gardener spot in Leominster is awesome. It's on Granite Street, says Jen. Let's see. Wachusett is kicking ass, says Becky. There's one in Sturbridge. Let's see. Lots of liquor stores are delivering, says Paola. Absolutely. Dorchester Brewery, curbside pickup and free roll of toilet paper. See, that's how you know that the toilet paper shortage is no more, because you're getting complimentary TP when you buy booze. Hi. Did you want to come back in and hang out with us again? Why is there water dripping off of your chin, Wednesday? Did you put your whole face in the water bowl? Please tell me you guys just heard her burp. Did you just hear that? It was loud. Please tell me you guys could hear her burp just then. She sounded like she was sitting at Moe's Tavern, like, "Blah." God, I really hope you guys just heard that. You didn't hear it, Sabrina? Do you want your Tito's? Come here. Come here. Come here and show everybody your wet, drippy chin. You got water dripping all over the place, and you just burped so loud. It came from your little pug feet, right? Can you hear her? I guess she wants to hang out now. Can you stop showing everyone your butthole, though? I'm sure they would appreciate it. Here, take your Tito's. Don't drink too much. All right, so let me run down a couple of... yeah, it's going to be one of those nights. And there goes the pillows. There goes one. I guarantee she said it that way in a second. I knew it. There it goes. What are you doing? Should I just get out of the way so that you guys can just watch my psycho dog trying to knock all the pillows off the couch. Wednesday, what are you doing? What are you doing? Last couple nights, I haven't been able to get her off the couch. Now, like in the other room off the couch. And now she's, wee. So Brianna says someone here is probably into dog buttholes. I mean, we are a weird bunch. Wednesday, what are you doing? Let me see if I can move this thing a little bit. Go ahead. Oh, she just knocked her birthday balloon off the couch. I don't think she likes that thing, but I've left it there to kind of screw with her a little bit. What are you doing? Just let me know when you're done, Wednesday. There goes the pillow. I'm so glad that she does it so that I have witnesses. Because if I just said she just knocks the pillows off the couch every day and I didn't get it on video, no one would believe me. But there you go. Hold on. She get the last one? Nope, not yet. Wednesday, she's barking at her birthday balloon. I'm trying to pan the camera over there. Okay, let me run through a couple numbers here in Massachusetts. I can't do it because you need to see what's going on. She's down there picking a fight with her birthday balloon right now. This tripod is freaking awesome. Okay, here's some numbers just to go over it for the day. In Massachusetts, there are 73,721 cases. That is up 1,696 cases from yesterday. And there have been 132 more fatalities just in Massachusetts for a total thus far of 4,552. And nationally, the number of fatalities is up to 75,423. What are you doing over there? Are you trying to cause trouble? Can I put the pillows back up on the couch or no? Here, you want your vodka? Somebody's gonna think I gave you real vodka. But I didn't. There you go. Go get it. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys your artifact from the war room. We were talking so much about the fighter jets, and I told you the whole narco story, but what I didn't show you is that they gave me my own fighter pilot wings. And I was like, I can't believe I didn't show them my wings. So these went on my jumpsuit, but when I got there for my flight that day, they made them for me. And I'm sure the person that had to sew all of the patches was like, we really have to write Mistress Carrie on her wings. But this is freaking cool. I love that I have these. I would wear them all the time. Just, yeah, it's just me. I'm just a fighter pilot. Don't mind me. My wings over here. My 1 hour of flight time. I could be like that guy in Independence Day when they're like, anybody have any flight experience? I could be like, yeah, I could totally save the world. I know I can't, but I just like thinking that maybe I can. Let's find a drink recipe, shall we? I picked this drink recipe out because I've never heard of it, and I wanted to ask you guys if you've ever heard of this. Everybody's heard of a Long Island iced tea, obviously. Did you know there's a New England iced tea? I didn't. I'm born and raised in New England, and I didn't know this. I need you guys to let me know if you've heard of this or not. A New England iced tea. It's a long recipe. An ounce of vodka, an ounce of triple sec, an ounce of gold tequila, an ounce of light rum, an ounce of gin, an ounce of fresh lime juice, an ounce of gome syrup, and cranberry juice. That's where they get the New England in there. Shake the ingredients, except the cranberry juice, strain into an ice-filled highball glass, and then fill the glass with cranberry juice, stir, and serve. Did you guys have any? No, I didn't know that, says Melissa. Yes, I would be Randy Quaid, Eric, exactly. Barbara says, I had no idea. Keith had no idea. Mike says, I was in the Air Force and you have more flight time in a jet than me. Eric, no gin. Jen, cranberry. Drea says, what? Yeah, I had no idea. It's backwards, I know, but it's right there. A New England iced tea. I had no idea. It's basically everything thrown in there. Just go to your bar, pour it all in a cup, throw cranberry juice in it, and that's it. Vodka, triple sec, tequila, rum, and gin. Just shake it all up. That's 5 ounces of booze in one drink with a little cranberry juice to make you try to think that you're not a flaming alcoholic if you drink that. Patty says no. William says, oh, hell yeah. Thomas says, that sounds good. Eric says, nope. Jay and Nicole say, that sounds delicious. Tony says, it's the kitchen sink with cranberry juice. Exactly. Dave says, a nip of each. Never heard of it. Yeah, neither have I, Nick. Instant rehab, says Mark. Take a Moscow Mule for a ride with you to save the world. Yeah. When I'm Randy Quaid, I'm like, up yours. That'll be me. Actually, I would just much rather prefer like being the one that lands and gets to smoke the victory cigar with Jeff Goldblum, but that's just wishful thinking on my part. I mean, nothing against Will Smith, but you know I love me some Jeff Goldblum. Let's see. And lots of ice. Yes, exactly. That's a lot of ounces, says Jen. Yeah, I know. It was Randy Quaid, and he played a Vietnam fighter pilot who got abducted and probed by the aliens. Exactly. I know. And everybody thought he was crazy. And you know what? Now we found out that the aliens in the movie are actually real fucking aliens. We didn't even mention in all of the weird dumpster fire things that are going on in 2020. Oh yeah, by the way, like that just shows you how fucked up this year is that in the long list of things that have gone wrong this year, I forgot to list that the Pentagon confirmed that there are UFOs. That's how weird this year is. I forgot about that. It's basically a Cape Codder with more booze, says Melissa. Yes. Mark says, just give me a Budweiser. That'll make you tipsy, says Dave. Yeah, it sounds like a recipe for a masshole, says Marcel. Exactly. Exactly. Hall pass, says Eric. He's like my nerd crush. He's like, yeah, he's there. I love you, Jeff Goldblum. Eric wants to know, what kind of cigar are you talking about, you dirty girl? I like to smoke cigars from time to time. Anybody that's ever seen me tailgating at a Pats game or whatever, I don't do it very often, but when I go to a Pats game with all my buddies that I've known since, one of them I've known since kindergarten, we go and tailgate and go to one game a year together. It's been tradition for over 20 years now, and we play scat in the parking lot, and we smoke cigars, and we drink, and we tailgate, and it's awesome. So if you ever see me with a cigar in my mouth, don't be surprised. And I'm not talking Monica Lewinsky style. I'm talking just regular cigars, smoked the old-fashioned way. Recipe for throw-up, says Mike. Yeah, exactly. I know. Monica says, when are you heading out to the post office? My plan was to either try and do it tomorrow or on Saturday. So I will be at the post office in the next couple of days. Thank you guys to anybody that sent me stuff that I haven't picked up yet. You can send stuff for the War Room or for Wednesday, whatever. I know people are asking how to send me stuff as I'm sitting here quarantined in the house. So you can send it to P.O. Box 1086 in Leominster, Massachusetts, Leominster, Mass 01453. And it's usually in the comments, but you can just send it to Mistress Carrie there, and I will get it for sure. So thank you very much. Where the hell did Wednesday go? She's eating the dinosaur, the T-Rex face that she gnaws on. She's got it right here, and in about 2 seconds, she's going to pick it up, and then she's going to drop it on the hardwood floor, and it's going to echo through the house because that's what she always does. And when she does it late at night, it scares the crap out of me. Oh, Dave, you know what? I totally wanted to talk about that as well. Thank you for the reminder. So a federal judge has found that the Massachusetts forcing the closure of gun shops was found to be unconstitutional because it violates your Second Amendment rights. And so the gun shops in see, she just dropped it on the floor. And the gun shops are going to be opening up in Massachusetts as well, which I think is way more of a priority than the golf courses. No disrespect to all of the golfers that are having such a hard time. But the gun shops are going to open because they were found that closing them was unconstitutional and that you cannot exercise your Second Amendment rights if they're closed. So there you go. That was good news for all of the people out there that want to be able to go shooting in the woods, or want to go get yourself a new gun or stockpile ammunition. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can go and do it now. So there you go. That's some good news. We got a football schedule. You got open golf courses. You got open gun shops. You got until May 20th to film your air guitar videos, 30 seconds long, to try and get into the new Bill and Ted movie, and send those videos to partyonwithbillandted.com. And if you go to that website, it'll give you all the instructions and all the legal mumbo jumbo, and it'll tell you, exactly what you need to know. Melissa says, what about the hairdresser that was jailed? She got let out today. Last time I checked, it wasn't in the Constitution. You had a right to get your hair cut. But you have a right to your guns, so the gun shops are open. So there you go. Linda, my hairdresser, I miss you, and I love you. It's holding up all right without you, but I would much rather have you doing my hair. So, Carrie, can we open the War Room with the Pledge of Allegiance? We could do that. I don't see why not. Do I have a displayed flag in here? I mean, I have a bunch of them that are folded into triangles on the shelf, but I don't have one that's actually hanging in here. But I have an eagle statue over there that is an award that I will show you guys at a later date that has a flag on it. And there's my flag up there on the wall that I will show you later that I got from the guys in Afghanistan. So we are open to any and all suggestions around here. Ralph, thank you very much. I wanted to talk about that as well. Brian Howe from Bad Company passed away at the age of 66. He had a heart attack, and that was confirmed today as well. So thank you very much for the reminder, because that was on my list of things that I wanted to talk to you guys about as well. So thank you guys for hanging out in the War Room with me. Behind you is the picture. Oh, yeah, there it is right there. Good eyes. My big fat head with my above average size ears was in the way. Can we get a flyover? That would be amazing, right? That would have been so awesome if I could have weaseled my way into one of those jets that flew over the city yesterday. JetBlue is going to fly 3 of their jumbo jets in a formation over New York City tomorrow, which I think is amazing, but it's probably also going to freak some people out that maybe don't know what's happening, so they're trying to get the word out. But you have 3 of those giant jumbo jets flying low over New York. That would freak me out. Although, Captain Sully, he figured it out. That was pretty cool. The more I think about that, the crazier it is. Okay, why weren't you on with Sully today, Eric wants to know. Because he was on with Brent. And I'm not going to get in the way of, like, dude time. But I haven't watched it yet because I was busy doing some stuff around the house, so I told Sully that I would watch it tonight. So, Ricky says, I am toying around with the idea of having a mullet again. Quarantine mullets, coronavirus mullets. You're going to have to come up with a name for that. Did I miss the birthday? Asks the late birthday boy. Well, you know what, Michael? That's a perfect way to end it. So happy birthday to you, Michael. Happy birthday to everybody else that's celebrating a birthday tonight. Yes, you already missed the birthday toast earlier, but we'll squeeze another one in for you. Stay safe, guys. Thank you to all of the health workers, the healthcare workers, and the first responders, and the truck drivers, and everybody that's working in all of the stores, and all of the essential personnel. Congratulations to the gun shop employees that can go back to work, and all of the golf course employees that are going to be allowed to go back to work as well. And a Rona mullet, Kimberly says. Okay, that's a good one. Stay safe, everybody. Please don't, let the sadness and all of that stuff get the best of you, because you know that you got a bunch of people that love you, and you always have a place to go, because there's always room for you here in the War Room every night at 8:30. And tomorrow night, we'll be right back here at 8:30, and hopefully it will not be snowing. Although, prepare yourself, because it very well could be. So, good night, guys. I'm going to go find Wednesday and see if I can get all the pillows back up on the couch. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.